documents we collect when we're working on a mortgage loan. Hey guys, it's Mortgage Mel and it's time for today's Mortgage Minute. Today I wanted to take a deep dive into what kinds of documentation we collect and why. Our system now prompts some of these items on pre-approval because we're going to need them to pre-approve people as well. But once we get an accepted offer, we're actually going to be working the loan and we'll need some additional documentation. So let's just go through all of the different items that we typically collect and why we would need them. So the first thing we're going to do is ask for your identification. A copy of your driver's license is the most typical and easy to collect, and that's just to show your identity. Next, we're going to need some income documentation. When we look at income documentation, we're looking at pay stubs. Now we're going to need 30 days worth. So if you get paid every week, we'll need 4 of them. Typically, people get paid either every 2 weeks or twice a month. In that case, we would collect 2 pay stubs, 2 of your most recent, and that will show us your income. To pair with that, we'll get your W-2s from the last 2 years. So right now I'm making this video in 2024. We would be getting 2022 and 2023 W-2s to show that consistent income over the last 2 years. Other income documentation that we might need to collect depending on the situation. We might need a divorce decree or what we call a marital settlement agreement. That'll show if you're paying child support or support of any sort and what you have left over after the divorce decree. Tax returns. Often we'll take 2 of the most recent year's tax returns. So this year we would be grabbing 22 and 23 as we are currently in 2024. And if you are retired, we would be getting information about Social Security, any pensions you might be making, as well as any retirement distributions. And finally, we're going to take a look at your assets. Why? We need to know how much you're going to be putting down on your new home, and we need to verify that the funds for that are there. So down payment, closing costs, and any prepaid items like prepaid interest or money going into escrows, that all needs to be calculated, and we need to make sure that you have adequate funds in your accounts. So we'll be getting any asset accounts that are going to be used for that purpose. Those are the simplest items. There are cases where we have a much more complicated combination. For example, if someone has their own primary home and already owns several investment properties, for each investment property, we would need to be looking at how much rental income they're bringing in and how much the costs are for each one of those in order to make sure that the debt to income ratio works. But for most people, it's just those initial documents that are needed. Now, in addition to that, as we process the loan, there are going to be other things we're going to be collecting and taking care of. So we're going to do another video about that. I hope this gives you information that's useful on what we collect for a mortgage loan, for processing purposes, and underwriting. If you like this content, give me a like and a follow, and I hope you have a great day.